Hi, this is Sandeep and welcome to this demo. And in this demo we are going to learn that some basic functionalities of the ADF, and it is just an introductory demo which I am going to show you. So this is JDAV. Basically when you open JDAV it looks like this, and this is like any other IDE. This is an IDE that is a development environment like you have Eclipse. So in the Eclipse also you create web projects and do things like that, but in JDAV also we can do those things. So this JDAV and ADF are actually a product from Oracle, and you can program or you can design an ADF application in Eclipse also, but the only thing is JDAV provides some more tools and components along with which ADF goes very well hand to hand. So that is why this JDAV is very efficient while working on ADF applications. So that's why we use this JDAV. Now for the installation part of it, I can provide you URL, or you can go on Google and type in download JDAV ADF, and it would be downloaded as a complete package. Now you don't have to download JDAV separately and ADF libraries separately and then plug in and then download a server and do the plugin with this JDAV. Once you download this whole package, JDAV comes in along with integrated ADF and integrated WebLogic server. Okay, so all the server and all things are integrated and all things are set up. You just have to start and it would look like somewhat like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and create some applications on it. So in ADF you would have application here. This is an application navigator which shows application, and these are the projects under this application. So right now this demo app is one of the application which is already open. Okay, now we are going to create a new application because we will start fresh, right? So you can click here and go to new application. You have option of new and open application. So click on new application. Now it's going to ask you the application name. So let's say demo app 2. Okay, we are giving this application name, and this is the directory in which this application is going to be stored. So let's leave this as default, and these are the application templates. Now since we are going to learn ADF, or we are going to work on ADF, we are always going to choose this template, not any other. Okay, so choose this Fusion Web Application ADF template and click next. Now under an application there would be two projects. Under an ADF application there would be two projects, model and view controller, as I already showed you in one of the application which was already open, right? So there would be two projects. So that is what it is asking here. Here are the project one. You are on project one name. So it's asking that what should be the name of the project one. So default name is model. You can rename it if you want to, or like demo model or something. And this is the directory in which it is going to store. Let's leave this as default because demo model is this project is going to be stored in the app, in the demo app 2 which we created. So let's leave this as default. And these are the technologies available to you, and these are selected technologies which are available in this model project. Okay, so in a nutshell, we are having project one setting, which is a demo, which is a model project, and its setting says that its name is demo model, and this the technologies included in this. If you want, you can use more technologies. Click here and shuttle them across. But these extra things we don't need. These default things should be really sufficient for us to start and get going. So we'll leave this as default. Now click next. Here it says what is the default package. This is project one settings. So project one is your model project. Now it is asking that what is the default package I should create for your project one. Here it is model. So let's leave this as default, and this is the source path. Let's leave this all as default. Click next. Now project 2 comes in. Project 2 is the view controller project, and if you want you can rename it to demo view controller. This is the directory. Leave this as default, and these are again the available technologies, and these are selected out of these technologies. So these are the selected technologies which are going to be available in the view controller. You can if you want more technologies, you can shuttle again them across, but there is no need. These technologies already selected by default should be really sufficient for us to design an ADF application. Now click next, and here Java project 2 settings are there. Project 2 settings, that means view controller project settings. Here this is the default package it is going to create. This is the source path, and this is output directory. So let's leave this as default. Click finish. Now it is going to create you an application called as demo app2, which we gave. Okay, and it created demo model project and demo view controller project. Already two projects. This is model, this is view controller. So this is basically a model project and this view controller, so that the layers of model and views are separated. Okay, and along with this, so in a nutshell, what we have done, we clicked on new application and followed that wizard, and most of the options we just changed, followed the default ones. We did not tweak around those settings. We just renamed the model project to demo model and view controller to demo view controller. You can leave them also default. You can simply go on new application and follow all of the default options and create application. So once application is created, your screen would look like this. So this is what demo 2 overview is, that it will guide you through the process to plan your application, connect to database and things like that. But we are not going to use, because I already know ADF, I'm going to guide you through that process. So let's close this and close this. And now this is the demo model, right? If you expand this, nothing is there inside this. But if you expand view controller, there is already a structure given to you by ADF. Now, even in Eclipse, when you create demo, when you create a web project, there is some structure already given to you. Similarly, here also some structure is given to you. Now there are these some files which ADF refers to while it is running the application, and we'll understand them slowly as we go down the line. But but for now, this should be sufficient. I mean, we'll go along with the demo. So now, our use case is, first we'll design one page and then we'll try to implement some functionalities into it to build a navigation. Okay, so let's first try to create one page, one simple page. Okay, so for that, I'll open this adfcconfig.xml. adfcconfig.xml is a file which is created by ADF when you created application. I have not created this file. Once you open this, this says that this is an unbounded task flow. Okay, so basically task flow are of two types. One is unbounded, one is bounded. I'll explain it to you that what a task flow is, but I'm not gonna go deep inside to explain you right now what an unbounded task flow is and what a bounded task flow is. We'll cover that in later tutorials. Okay, so this is basically a task flow. Now the question is, what is a task flow? A task flow is basically some set of activities which constitute a navigation. As an example, if you go to Flipkart or e-commerce website or you order something, so there is a particular set of navigation that you have to follow. You have to select your item and put it into your cart, then you have to check out, and then you have to provide address, your address details, and again you click next button, you go and choose the payment mode, and after that again you click on finish. So there is a particular set of navigation that Flipkart makes their user to follow in order to order something, right? So that particular set of navigation, we call it here as task flow. Okay, so inside a task flow, what could be there? There could be pages, right? I mean, there could be page 1, there could be page 2, and then user comes in, visits page 1 and clicks something on page 1, which navigates the user to page 2, right? Something like that. So we are going to design that navigation here right now. But before designing that whole navigation, we are going to design a page here. Okay, so to design a page, you see this is ADFC config XML unbounded task flow. So inside a task flow, you have to create a page. I mean, you have to create a page inside a task flow. Okay, so now there is this component palette which lists various components. You can scroll through and see those all components here, right? So this component palette will always provide you a list of component which can be dragged on to the left hand side. See here also it is written drag content into this blank diagram from the component palette, right? So it says, so if you have to design a page, you can see this view component here, right? So you have to basically drag this view component here and it would make a page. So if I drag this here, see it actually has created a prototype of the page. So let's name this as home page. Okay, so I have named it as home page. Right now it is a prototype. The page is not created. To create the page, you have to double click it, and once you double click it, this wizard comes in which says that this is the name of the page, this is the directory where I'm going to store it, leave these as defaults, and this is the blank page, not based on any page template. So let's not choose any complex option right here to go via some template or something. We'll choose to have a blank page right now. Okay, and this is the name of the page, this is a blank. Click OK. Now it will start creating your page. You see here, this page has been created and is being opened by ADF, right? So now this page is created. Now let's put some components, something inside it. Let's say that once this page is launched, we should show that this is a home page. Okay, so we need to put some UI component over it, right? So again, we'll take the help of component palette. Component palette is going to list all of the items here which can be dragged onto the page or onto the left hand side, whatever you have on the left hand side. Okay, so if you scroll through this common components, you'll find something called as output text. It is in alphabetical order. See here, output formatted, output label, and output text is there. So we'll use output text to display a message which would guide the user that this is a home page. So we have to put this, I mean you just have to hold and drag this and then release it here. So you see here output text is being dragged. One more thing, this page you are seeing, this is in design mode right now. So whatever you drag over here, it would show you the design which would how the page is going to look like on the runtime. That design, it is being shown here. And there is this structure window also here which shows you the structure part of it. So you see there is this AF form, and inside this you just have dragged this output text, right? And it is selected right now. So you have to select this output text here or in the structure window. If you select in structure window, it is going to be selected here. If you select here, it is going to be selected here also. Okay, so right now this is output text. We want to have some message like this is a home page, right? So just click on this, and if you click on this, there will be something called as property inspector. This box is a property inspector. I'll expand this. See, property inspector, and whatever you choose on the page, it will start showing the properties of those components. Okay, if there was some other component like a button or a link, and if you have selected that, this property inspector will show the properties of the selected, that link or the button which you selected. Okay, the properties of the selected element. So right now you have selected this output text, and hence it is showing the properties of this output text. And you see this value is output text 1. That is why it is showing you this text. Now we will have a value. This is a home page. Okay, so now by this what we are saying, you see here also it gets refreshed. It says this is a home page. So whatever you have to do with this output text component, you can do with this property inspector. I mean, any UI component that you drag from here to the page and then select it, and then suppose that UI component can be button, can be a link, can be output text, can be input text, can be anything, right? Can be checkbox, select radio button, can be anything. So once you select that UI component on the page, its properties are shown, and then you can modify it, like you can alter its size or look and feel, that style, how it is going to appear, everything you can change in the property inspector. So right now we renamed it as this is a home page. I mean, we are using output text which shows this home page, but this text is pretty much small. Let's make this big. So how we are going to do this? Simply selecting it and seeing its property, and we are going to search for some property which says something like size. So here you see there is a size, and if you select large size, let's say select large. So as you selected large, this large size came in here, right? Let's save all the changes. This save all. I click on it and it saves all the changes. And now I go to ADF this task flow, and here this page is completely designed now. Now let's run this page to test whether this is working fine. I mean, this page is working fine or not, and showing this content. So if I go on this and right click and say run, this is run or debug, you can choose any one of them. Let's say run. Okay, so it's gonna run this and launch the page. It's gonna take a while. So you can see that it has automatically launched the page, and it is launching, and you see this is a home page. So our page design is working very well so far, right? So let's do one thing. I mean, we designed one page which is called as home page, and we ran it. It is working fine. Let's design one more page, and then we are going to connect those pages through navigation. That is to say, what we'll do, we will create a button on a home page, and if you click on that button, it will go on that second page. So first part is designing that second page, right? So again, we are going to use component palette, and in this view activity, I mean, many activities are there. We'll come to know about the other one as we go down the line, but right now we have to create a page, and with for a page, this view activity is used. So just hold it, drag it, and drop it, and name it as detail page. Okay, so now this detail page is there. Now if you double click it, it's gonna again create this detail page. Go via this option, blank page, and now click OK. We are actually doing the same thing which we did for home page. The only thing is this is a different page now. Now it is designing, yeah. So the page is here. Now again we are going to put some output text on it. So for this component palette, see in the component palette, output text is there. Drag it over here, and as you drag it, just select this. Okay, this is the UI component which you selected, and you can see the property on the selection made. You can see the property of the UI component which you have selected. You selected output text, you are seeing the property of that output text. Now we want to say that display the text that this is a detail page, and let's increase the font also, I mean increase the size of the font. So go to the same property inspector, and size will make it as large. Okay, so that is all. So now we have designed a second page which is a details page, and it is pretty much the same as the home page, only thing is it displays that this is a detail page. So let's run this also and see whether it is working fine or not. Run, and it's gonna take a while. So far what we have done, we have created a home page, we have created a detail page. Both are same, only difference is the text that they display. One displays that is a home page, and the detail page displays that it is a detail page, right? So let's wait until it launches again. I mean, you can see, yeah, it is launching again, and details page is getting rendered, and there you go, this is a detail page. So far we design these two pages, right? But there is no interaction. I mean, once a user comes on this page or this page, user can't navigate from one page to the other. Let's design that navigation now. Okay, so you have the pages designed. So for designing a navigation, first you should have the pages with you. So now we already have the pages with us, right? This is a home page, this is a detail page. Now we need to design a navigation from here to there. For that, we use control flow case. So click on this control flow case, and then come over here and drop this arrow like this. Okay, and as you drop it, you will have to name this something. So you can name anything. Go to details. Okay, just like that. Hit enter. So as you see, there is a navigation now defined from home page to details page. So far we created these two pages and defined a navigation, and this navigation action is go to details. Okay, this is the action name. This is action. Okay, now the only thing is, but on home page there is no button, right, which should navigate us to the details page. So let's go on home page and create a button. Go on home page, and after this message, hit enter. Okay, and now we have to drag a button over here. Now you can search again, I mean this component palette, whatever you have to design, you have to take the help of this component palette. Now again, for button we need to search. So you see button is there. Now one way is to scroll through all of these result and to find out the concerned component which you want to use. I dragged this component mistakenly. This is a calendar, I'll just delete it. Okay, so now we have to create a button. So you write a button here and hit enter. It is automatically going to search for the matching elements. So out of this is the button which we want to use. Drag this over here. So now there is this button created, but this says command button 1, which doesn't has a meaningful job to show to user, right? So let's just rename this the text which button is showing. So for that, you select this button, and as I told earlier that if you want to modify anything related to this UI component, you have to select this and go to its property inspector. In the property inspector you can see text. So over here you can say go to details page, right? So this is how we have designed, and you see here also it gets updated. So now your home page looks like this. It has a button inside this. On the click of it, you should be taken to the details page, via this navigation. But hold on, this is a navigation which is like go to details, but we have not linked this navigation to this button. I mean, we should tell ADF that on the click of this, there can be many buttons over this page, right? But we have to tell ADF that on the click of this particular button, you have to follow this navigation. So what we need to do, we need to select this button. I mean, we need to tell ADF something about this button, right? So we need to select this button, and in the property inspector, there will be something called as action. In the action drop down, if you see, the navigation which you defined is present over here. So you select this go to details. So this go to details is the same navigation here which we have already defined. So now what we have done, we have created a button and placed a text go to details page on it via property inspector, and then from the action property we have linked that navigation. So basically in the action, all of those navigations which you have defined here between the pages will come. So you just have to select the appropriate action. Now we have linked this navigation to this button. Now if we run this home page, we should get this button, and on the click of it, it should generate this go to details action. And as a go to details action is generated, ADF will say that this is the go to details action, and I should navigate now to the details page, right? So let's run again this home page. Right click and run, and let's see what it presents us. So it's gonna take a while. I mean, server is gonna take a while to launch the page. So as you see, it's just how to launch the page by deploying application. And it launched the page. Let's see what comes on a home page. So there you go, this is home page, and this is the button which we put on home page, and we have linked a navigation with this button. So if you click this, we are taken to the details page. Right now, after you come to the details page, you cannot navigate back to the home page. I mean, if there was a button here, just like the one we had on the home page, if you have a button here and on the click of it, we can be taken to the home page. So let's design that navigation also. So our use case is that we should have a button on the details page. We should navigate us back to the home page. We have already forward navigation we have. Now we want to define a backward navigation. So to define a navigation, again we will take the help of control flow case. First you have to define a navigation. So just select this control flow case and drop a backward arrow like this, and name it as go to. You can name it anything you want. Go to home. Okay. So you see there is a forward navigation, and this forward navigation is already linked to that button on the home page. And now we have created this backward navigation, which is go to home, which is right now not linked to anything. On details page, now our job is to create a button and link that backward navigation. Right. So we go to the details page, and over here we search for button on the component palette and drop it, drag and drop. And same way here it says command, I mean you select this, its properties are going to come. Let's put the text as go to home page, right? And so far we have details page and we put a button, but on the click of this button we have not linked any navigation. So to link navigation, you have to select this, and the property inspector, it is already selected, so properties are already being shown. In the property inspector action, you can link go to home, right? So now go to home navigation, which is here, is linked to this button, right? So now we have both forward and backward navigations. So I save all the changes. Okay, it is saving all of the changes, and now I will run this home page. Let's run this. So you see the page, it has launched the page, and we are on home page, and there is this go to details page, and if I click on this, you know that from this is a home page and this is render over here, and this button, on the click of this button, we are going to follow this navigation, go to details, and we are going to arrive on the details page. So let's click this, go to details page, and here you see we are on details page now. Now we are on this page, details page, and over here we designed a button which is go to home page button, and on the click of this button we should follow this navigation on go to home and come back to the home page. So if you click on go to home page, you see this home page is back. So there is a forward and a backward navigation defined. Now again go to details page, we are on details, again go to home page, again we are so on the home page. So we have defined this forward and backward navigation here. So this was all about the demo which I wanted to show you. This is a small application which we created, and under that we have defined 2 pages, and we have defined forward and backward navigation. Now there can be many other things. I mean, there are a lot of other activities or elements on component palette, and other properties are also there which we can learn down the line if we go ahead with the further sessions. So basically, as you can see, the creation of the page is really very easy, and ADF is a framework which actually lets you to do very fast development, and development is really rapid, and lot of boilerplate code which you have to write. ADF already takes care of that, and you don't have to write much code. You can mostly drag and drop, and it's not like that programming is not there and Java classes are not there. It is there inside this, but you know, in this small demo we have not covered that part. Java classes are also there, and inside that you know, we can play around and tweak around the things. There are many functionalities, almost anything that you can think in the web app, right? Any web application that you can think of, be it e-commerce or be it ERP, anything can be designed using ADF framework. So this was all about the demo. Thank you very much. I'll stop the recording now. Thanks.